Hey everybody, it's that time of month again. Time for another horror haul. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's one of my favorite things to do. It's that time of month or month and a half, depending on how infrequently or frequently that I do these. But we're gonna go through everything that I picked up and I'm gonna show it off. If I did do an unboxing or review for any of this stuff, I will link as many cards as I can before YouTube, yells at me and is like, you can't do that. But I will link my entire 4K playlist at the very end. So if you want to go through all my 4K reviews, you can just click on that playlist. It'll take you on a journey. Let's get right into it with one of the first things. It wasn't a pickup from this month, but I did unearth it and I did find it and I was excited to kind of jump back into these and cover these on the channel. So I have started out. The first review of this series is out right now. So I will link that right now so you can check that out, and the subsequent sequels will be coming in the following weeks. So we're talking about Hatchet. So I found these. I didn't know that I owned these, and so I was unpacking as you do. Now, I recently moved, obviously 6 months ago, to a different state, and I moved into an apartment, and we were looking for something a little different, so I'm finally at the place that I wanted to be from the beginning, and I was unpacking fully this time, and I found these, and I was like, you know what? I haven't watched the sequels for this, and there's also a fourth one, Victor Crowley, which I will get to at some point, but I wanted to cover these, and so I did. So I just wanted to show these off and know that these are coming, kind of shout out some reviews I'm doing on the channel later this month. So go check out the first one and the other ones will be coming soon. Now let's get into what I picked up. Most recently, I picked up the Chucky 4K. So these are the final 4 films in the franchise. They finally came out. They did get delayed from July into August. I will link that review right here. Obviously, it's very new. As a couple days ago, I did it. So you can go there and see the full unboxing, my full review, my full thoughts on these movies as a whole. I also did a ranking video of all the Chucky movies. So if you're kind of curious to see what my thoughts are on the franchise as a whole, you can also check that out as well, which I do link at the end of that video. So these are all great except for one. I'm sure you can pick the one out that I don't like. Anyway, let's continue on with the Scream Factory stuff. And I got Nightbreed. So I did do a 4K review of this. I will link that up below. There's that. I love this movie. Is it better than Hellraiser? That's something you'll have to find out. All right, the next on the list, The Burning. So we did The Burning. I love The Burning. This is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. Up there probably maybe in like the top 15 or so, top 20. I really like The Burning. I think it's a great movie and it looks immaculate on 4K. So check out that review as well. All right, now something I picked up secondhand would be The Evil. I found this at my local shop when I went back home and visited a few friends. So I was happy to nab this. I used to find a ton of stuff there, so it sucks that I'm not close to that place anymore. But every time I do go back, I do sift through everything and see if I can find anything interesting. All right, so next we get into the few Steelbooks that I got. I do have one non-horror Steelbook that I'll show off at the end, but I wanted to get into these first. So I got Jaws 2. Now, Jaws 2 I did do a video of, so you can kind of go into that. It doesn't have the treatment that the original Jaws got. It doesn't have that Atmos like Jaws got, but it's understandable. It is the sequel to one of the greatest creature features of all time, but it's still not in high regard. It's a fine movie, and I enjoyed it overall, and I was glad to add this to my other Steelbook of Jaws. All right, now continuing on with the Steelbooks, I finally picked up the Scream 6 Steelbook. So this was an adventure to get. I had to literally travel states and cities in order to find this. I had given up hope that I was actually going to get this at retail price because I hadn't seen it. My Best Buy didn't have it, and I'd asked a few people if they could go check theirs, and they were out of it. And I was just in a Best Buy visiting my mom, and they typically do have some remaining Steelbooks sometimes. Not a big Steelbook area, apparently. That's where I used to go whenever I'd visit. It's like, okay, is there any one that I could get? I think I eventually got Old there for like $7, at one time. So they do have some remnants of Steelbooks there that it's kind of dumped there. So I was happy that I actually found the Scream 6 one. I'm not a huge fan of this movie, overall, but I do have all the other films on Steelbook, so I figured, why not add it to the collection? So I actually have a full collection of Steelbooks once they all hit, if we ever get 4, which I am not holding my breath for, but, we're getting 3 this year, so maybe. Next, we got our newest Vestron release, My Best Friend is a Vampire. So there's that. I have not popped this open yet. I've never actually seen this movie, so I am looking forward to kind of unpacking this and watching this, any given night. Okay, everybody, so I received a package after I filmed my horror haul, so I decided I would just insert this in here because I didn't want to wait till the next month so I could show off the horror pack. So we're gonna show off the horror pack and then we'll get into my personal ones. But here it is. So let's see what we got going on. You know, I don't know how I feel about the horror pack. I think sometimes you get some cool stuff and then sometimes you just get some movies that are just garbage that I feel like they just throw in there. So let's see what we got. Kicking Blood. Okay, it's probably about vampires. We got the Frankenstein Syndrome. So this feels like one of their horror pack exclusives. It is, so a little indie film. Then we've got The Possession of Hannah Grace. You know, I love me a cheesy possession movie. I'm probably never gonna watch this, let's be honest. And then Slender Man. Of all the movies that I would not want to own, I think this is one. I've only seen this once, and I don't remember it being very good, but maybe I'll give it another shot. I don't know, I'm not really that big into Slender Man. I think he's kind of stupid, if I'm being honest. I never thought, I mean, obviously I was a little older when that trend became a thing on the internet with all of that, so was not my generation. So I don't know, you know, not mine. I don't claim the Slender Man. You know, I did play the 8 Pages game when it was around because people were talking about it, but it was fine. It's not that scary. It was a little spooky guy coming out with terrible graphics, you know? I don't know. Slender Man's not scary. He's just stupid. I've never been a fan of creepypastas, so maybe that's me. Maybe you love Slender Man. Let me know down below. Now, for my non-horror related, so it's horror adjacent, I would say. I picked up War of the Worlds. So this came out. This is the 70s classic War of the Worlds. I have not popped it open, so I'm looking forward to getting into this later on. Then we get into our Lionsgate release for the month, and that is Ender's Game. I actually rewatched this. This looks amazing. It is weird. Sometimes you kind of get a movie and you're like, okay, I remember this movie. It's an okay movie, but man, the transfer on this is incredible. It looks amazing. It sounds amazing. So overall, I actually really enjoyed watching this movie again. It's not as bad as I remember. It's a solid little sci-fi pick. I know obviously it's based on the book, but I enjoyed myself with this. So I'm happy to add that to the collection. All right. The next thing, I got the Big Lebowski 4K Steelbook, and there's that. So, you know, do what you will with that. There it is. It's pretty cool. I love this movie. Great Coen Brothers movie, so I'm happy to finally add that to the collection. And last but not least, a little bit late because, again, this was another one that took me some time to find at the Best Buy when I was going around. I got this at the same time I got the Scream 6 one, and that is The Last of Us 4K. I was looking for that Steelbook, but they definitely did not have that thing. That thing is sold out, and I don't even know if they got any, to be honest. There wasn't even a spot for it, so I don't know. I had actually not watched this, and I've still only seen the first episode, so I'm looking forward to kind of diving in this. I kind of moved around the same time I was getting some of these, so I finally got all my stuff set up so I could start watching stuff, and so I'm looking forward to diving into this. I've heard great things about this show. I am a big fan of the game, but I am not obsessed with it like some people are, so I'm excited to see kind of how it adapts itself to the screen. But overall, that's all I've got. Thanks for stopping by and watching my horror haul. Let me know down below what out of what I got do you like? What did you guys pick up? And what are you looking forward to physical media wise coming in the next couple months? I know we've got that big Night of the Demons set coming out in October, which I am super excited for. I love Night of the Demons 2 and 3. So I definitely am not only going to cover them as an unboxing thing, but I do want to review those films on the channel because I think not enough people have seen Night of the Demons 2 and 3 because they were very difficult to get. Especially 3 was very difficult to get for a long time. So I'm excited that those are coming back out. So look forward to that kind of late October for those unboxings, and then maybe November for the reviews. But that's all I've got. Thanks for stopping by and watching my horror haul. You know, I'm going to link some videos for you at the end as always so you can continue your journey on the channel. If you like what I do here, consider becoming part of the collective, and I will talk to you guys in the next horror haul.